You are listening to WHCM 88.3 FM, Palatine, Illinois, a broadcast station of Harper College and its Board of Trustees. It is time for Streaming Verse with Nina and Chris, and the board master, Caroline, at the controls. We're going to have a fun show tonight. Stay tuned here in the next 2 seconds, because I'm now all of a sudden like acting like a professional announcer and just talking. We're going to be talking about what we've been streaming, and we want to know what you've been streaming as well. So join us on YouTube Live. Look for the Harper Radio channel. Go click the button to a live event, and then you can join in our chat and let us know what you've been streaming. Just so everyone is aware, you can listen to us live on Thursdays on 88.3 FM. harperradio.com, or YouTube Live, the Harper Radio channels. And on Mondays, you can listen to repeats of the show at 7 p.m. It is now time for Streaming Verso.
Good one. Sorry. I was going to say, and anytime you can rewatch our YouTube live streams under the Live tab on the Harper Radio YouTube channel.
And just a reminder, the thoughts and ideas presented on the show are our own and not necessarily reflective of the opinions of Harper College, WHCM, or its Board of Trustees. I just lost it there.
You just mixed it up a little bit.
Changing it up. That's what I was doing. Changing it up.
Of course.
Yes. So, Nina, what have you been streaming?
Okay. Well, there's been a bit of a theme this week, and it's all Disney themed. Shocking. I finally got to read the book Cinder. It's by Marissa Meyer. It's been on my TBR, my to be read list for ages, for long enough that I've forgotten what the book is about. I got the box set for my birthday because there is 4 books plus 2 novellas. So in the series, I don't remember what I was getting myself into when I picked it up. And so I just started reading it, and it so blew my mind because it's basically Star Wars meets a Disney princess fairy tale, specifically Cinderella. And I should have picked it up by the name Cinder, because that's what the book is called. But it's so good. It's definitely meant for a younger audience. I mean, it is a young adult book, but I feel like it's meant for young adult, yeah. So it was very predictable, but also I really like predictable books because it makes me feel really smart. And I loved it. I read it in 2 days, and now I'm on the second book, which is called Scarlet.
How appropriate.
Oh, yes. Our board master gave me Wanda. I'm very excited about her. Yeah, I love it, and I can't believe it took me this long to read it, and I definitely recommend it.
Nice.
What have you been streaming?
Well, I have been streaming The Bear, along with Erin.
Yes.
Who has already shared with us that she has, and we've both finished it.
All right.
In fact, I'm thinking of making that the topic when she's on in a couple weeks.
I know someone who did sound on the bear. I had class with them last
Yes?
semester, and I was like, they posted something about it, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. Like, I don't know how they got on the show, but that was awesome. So I was going to say something to them and be like, so do you have any, like, did you take anything? Like, you want to share?
Any stories too?
Yeah.
Like what was it like?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'll get in contact with her.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I really enjoyed it, but a lot of people are not enjoying it. So I, along with chatting with Aaron about this, have come up with my theory. The bear is very emotional. Like there's not action. Again, just like Ted Lasso, like I've talked about before, the conflicts are real. And I don't think people want to deal with it. They don't want to deal with the real. And the ending is all emotion. 1,000%. I need to move on. I need to stay here. Like they're all going through what they want to do. It's kind of like a very dramatic real life. I mean, it's a little more dramatic than our real lives would be, but it's still like real life. But the disappointing part is that they were shipping people that they didn't complete the shipping of, and it made me very stressed out because I wanted to see them smooch. I was like, come on! No spoilers until, like I said, whether Aaron and I discuss this or not, or if we do something else, but I won't give spoilers because it's still too new.
Yeah. All right. My dad is commenting. My parents have been obsessed with watching Sticks on Apple TV, which is a golf show with Owen Wilson.
I've heard of that, yes.
They really, really enjoy it. They've also apparently been watching Jurassic Park movies, SNL, and Snow White and Streamingverse.
I love the fact that we've just been included in something that someone's been streaming.
I know, that's
a
fun.
First.
That's
Thank you.
First, yeah. I also watched Snow White, the new Snow White.
How'd it go?
So, I was worried about it. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of things wrong with this. They should have made the dwarfs real little people. They made them creepy CGI, like bobbleheads, essentially, is what they look like. I mean, the story of Snow White is messed up regardless, so...
True.
Like, I don't know what people were expecting, but I think Rachel Zelger... Is that how you say her last name?
Do not know.
I don't know. I think she did a great job. She makes me laugh. She's awesome. Gal Gadot, not good.
Is she in that too?
She's the evil queen.
Oh.
She has this whole number. Yeah, so when
That's like Ariana Grande being cast.
Right? Exactly. And she wasn't good.
Your perfect role. Congratulations, gal.
Yeah, but she wasn't good.
Oh, that's not good.
And I realized I didn't remember the actual story of Snow White because it had been so long.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just very interesting, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. Thought it was really cute. The story is so messed up. Like, she's unconscious and the prince just goes, oh, I'm just gonna like give her a smooch and like whatever.
That's because white men can save us all.
Right. The white savior complex in Disney is so real. So real, and it drives me crazy. And a lot of people had issues because they changed the storyline because the original Snow White, by original I mean like 1930s, right? I think.
Good enough for me.
Yeah,
Close
I don't know.
enough for
Like,
me.
she was named Snow White because her skin was as white as snow, which is so problematic. Or she was just really pale and her mom hated her. Like, I don't know. But
she had consumption.
Satine.
Yes.
Anyways, so then people were mad that Rachel is not white. And they rewired the story to be that she was born in a snowstorm. So that's where she got her name. I literally do not care. Like, it's a fictional character. Exactly. It's a fictional character that was made up, like, way before the 30s, because it was a fairy tale, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, what? Like, why are you complaining? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Plus, if she was from a family that had darker skin, she could have been the fairest of them all, of the darker skinned people. Like, it doesn't matter. It's the same with The Little Mermaid.
Yep.
Why do we care?
It doesn't make any difference. Like, I don't understand. And so The Little Mermaid's a different story for me because I really, really like Jodie Benson, the woman who voiced the original Ariel, or at least she did the music for her.
Okay.
And her daughter actually is a couple years younger than me, and she's pursuing theater. And so she played Ariel in her high school production of Little Mermaid, and it was so cute. And then Halle Berry, or am I thinking of the person that I confuse her with?
Their names are so similar.
There's two that are so similar.
Yeah.
She
It's
was
Hailey.
fantastic.
Hailey
Haley, that's
yes.
it.
Okay,
Thank
got
you.
it.
Haley or Hallie, they're spelled very similar too. I never know. And she did a phenomenal job as Ariel. There was nothing that anyone had to say about that movie. I mean, people said a lot of things, but that I would listen to, other than Lin-Manuel Miranda's song that Sebastian, I think, sang. That was like, what? No, it was Scuttles. I don't know. I'm ranting. Anyways, Snow White was not as bad as everyone makes it out to be, but the dwarfs were very problematic.
Gotcha. See, and that would just be hard. Like, I would not want to watch creepy dwarves, personally.
No.
I'd be like, no, I'm good.
Well, and they're pretty stupid. Like,
one of them's called Doc. He's supposed to be the smart one.
no, they run into the cottage, and Snow White's sleeping across their beds with their names around their beds, and they like lose their minds. Or no, it's her that's stupid. But
Okay.
they're all stupid. But
Everyone's stupid.
yeah, but then she's like, "Oh my god, I didn't know someone lived here." Like, there's 7 beds with their names on it, girl. Like, be for real right now. Be so for real right now. Like, you're dumb. But she's also supposed to be like 13 in the original, so. Oh yeah. No, I think like 11 or 12 actually. Yeah. Let that sink in.
Yeah, that did just sink in.
Yeah.
That's not good. Okay. So I wanted, Chastity shared with us what she has been streaming. So she has been watching Department Q on Netflix and loving it. That is such a good series, and it's been renewed for season 2. Yay. And also The Old Guard 2, which is a movie on Netflix, and Pass. I have to agree with her. I've started it. I will finish it just because I'm going to punish myself. The Old Guard was a movie like in 2020. It was a long time ago, 2021 on Netflix with Charlize Theron, where they're immortal. They live forever, basically, until they don't. The second one is like such a disappointment so far. And then they're halfway through Better Sister on Prime, and she says it's interesting. So good feedback there.
Right.
One thing I forgot to share about me is that The Bear has been renewed for season 5, like as of yesterday. So yay! And I also I watched Sirens on Netflix.
Oh my god, you did?
Yeah, it was good. I loved it. Did you see it?
No, but I saw like the ads for it. I think we're definitely thinking about the same thing. I saw the ads and I was like, this looks like Ginny and Georgia, like times 10.
Yes and no. So basically, and what makes it believable, it's not Ginny and Georgia. No,
Okay.
not at all. It's called Sirens, but it's only like a nod to what a siren is.
Right.
It isn't really that, although there's some mysticism in it. But then at the end of it, you're like, was there? I don't know. But it's based off a play that was based off the playwright's summer working in someone's house, like on Martha's Vineyard.
Oh.
So it's about the ultra rich.
Okay, that explains, because I didn't know going into the preview that I had watched, because it was just like, when it plays after you watch something. And I was like, what are they arguing about? Like, this is ridiculous. Yeah. I had no context.
So if you do decide to watch it, as long as you know it's basically about like common people and from Boston and the ultra rich.
Interesting.
And then it makes more sense.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to watch it at first until a few people said they liked it. And then, because at first I was like, okay, is this sirens? Like, again, mythology.
Mermaids.
Right. Or is this Ginny and Georgia, which I don't want. I already have Ginny and Georgia. I don't need
you don't
another
need
one.
any more of that.
But when I started, I got sucked in because it's like 6, 7 episodes. I don't even know if
5.
it's 8. Yeah, 5 episodes. So it's quick. And I really got into it. But at the same time, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it. It was very well done. But it was also not too complicated. You know?
Love that.
Which is perfect sometimes.
Oh, yeah. You need that.
Yes.
You need that every once in a while. Okay. I also watched again. Yeah.
Okay.
I watched Pirates of the Caribbean, and we're going to take a break.
I wasn't trying to rush you. I just didn't know where we were.
No, I wasn't
we were doing
gonna,
hand
like-
signals.
I know. I wasn't going to rant about Pirates of the Caribbean. It's one of my favorites.
Oh,
Like,
nice.
I love it.
Which is also technically problematic. And no,
Because
she was older then, right?
Elizabeth Swann.
Yes.
I
yes.
genuinely have no idea. I did just find out while you're looking for something to read that man, Will Turner, is Orlando Bloom, the one who was married to Katy Perry. My mom
You
said
didn't know that?
No, I mean, I know Orlando Bloom was married to Katy Perry, but they look like two separate people.
Yeah, he
So
definitely
I
has
was-
changed since how he looks now. Yes.
Shocked.
And they are now separated.
Oh, yeah. I saw the Part of Me documentary tour thing when I was like 12.
All right, e-gaming room. Did you know that Harper College has its very own e-gaming room featuring 70-inch TVs, gaming PCSs?
PCs?
Is PCS supposed to be PCs?
I think it's PCs.
It should have been a little
Yeah,
S.
I know.
Writer. Who's our writer? Who's our PSA writer? Sorry. I read what I see. I'm just like Will Ferrell in like Anchorman. Like,
Yeah, there you go.
PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch consoles. Harper's state-of-the-art facility has everything you... Oh my gosh, you know what? It's the light. Part of it's the light. I
you're
can't
doing
see.
great.
Okay, all right, here we go. This is so much better. This dedicated e-gaming room is available to all current Harper College students and active free student memberships at the Health and Rec Center. Don't forget to test the comfort of the lounge seating and other amenities like tabletop tennis and air hockey. Video games and board games are also available for checkout. Head on down to Harper College e-gaming room in Building M, room 1201, and let it be your home for entertainment. For more information, visit harpercollege.edu/campusrec.
That was a big one.
That was rough. I'm not going to pick that one again, I'm going to be honest. But while we're waiting for Nina to pick one, you're listening to WHCM 88.3 FM, Palatine, Illinois, a broadcast station of Harper College and its Board of Trustees.
If you're looking for a pet, please consider adoption. Second City Canine Rescue right here in Palatine, Illinois is committed to rescuing homeless animals and placing them into permanent loving homes. Largely volunteer operated, Second City Canine believes in rescuing responsibly. As I kick the table. All breeds, ages, sizes, and colors are welcomed and loved. Additionally, SSCR, reading letters is difficult.
I have been vindicated.
Yeah, no, I'm struggling. Oh my god. Oh no, Wanda! Sorry, I just screamed into the microphone. You okay, girlie? Don't pull a Natasha. Okay. That hurt my soul. I can't believe I said that. Additionally, SSCR conducts temperament testing on adult dogs to ensure that they are suitable for families. For adoption or volunteering information, reach out to Second City Canine Rescue at sscrescue.org. Good God, I can't do this anymore.
Reading, we can't do it. Although normally we've been getting better, so this is just a minor setback. We will rise from this and do better. And for people listening on 88.3 FM or harpradio.com, we are streaming Verse with Nina and Chris Thursdays and Mondays at 7 p.m. You can also watch us on YouTube Live by heading over to the Harper Radio channel. And we're going to dive into our topic.
Yeah.
So we've done quotes before.
Yeah.
But this time, it's more quotes you didn't know where they came from. I specifically spelled this out to you.
No, you didn't. I reread the text today. Keep talking.
And or ones that you are what's the word, perceived to be from someplace, like.
Can I read you what you text me?
Read me the text.
Okay. If you don't have a topic in mind, anyways, I was thinking of phrases that either started with movies/series or were I did this when I was reading it out.
Yeah.
Popularized from being used in one.
Oh, I forgot the part about that you don't know. It's going to make mine seem much more interesting then.
I'm sure it is, Chris. You did that on purpose.
I wish I did.
God.
I love how I was assured that that's what I text you. I was assured. In my mind, I knew it.
I immediately pulled it up because I was like, I just reread it because we always do this.
We do it all the time. Even when we don't, we just do this.
Yeah.
Which makes the show more fun. So it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay, so what do you got for me?
Well, now mine are going to be stupid.
No, they won't. But mine will be cool.
That's it. I'm done.
I actually have one just for you that you are going to be surprised by.
Oh, okay.
You want me to go first?
Yes,
I'll share my weird one with you. Okay, so this is not movie or TV, but I was fascinated by this, so I had to share this, okay?
Okay.
So there's a phrase, I laughed, I cried.
Yeah.
You know, I laughed, I cried, cats was a horrible thing. Have you heard that before? Like, apparently that's, people have turned it into, like, I laughed, I cried, it was a beautiful book. I laughed, I cried,
Yeah.
it moved me, you know?
It's more like screaming, crying, jumping off a cliff. You have to read this book.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, I do that all the time.
But people do it with theater. Like, I laughed, I cried, you know, but it was better than Cats, or something like that. Apparently, it's a big thing on Cats. But this originates from a Jacket book review from 1906.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So, and the reason I thought of I laughed, I cried is because they're using, and you two might remember this. Mm-hmm. This was my favorite. I love this commercial. There was a commercial with for Cartoon Network, on Cartoon Network, and it's this little boy, and I laughed, I cried, I spilled juice on my good pants. And I love that commercial so much just because it was so funny. I laughed, I cried, I spilled juice on my good pants. I love that. Okay.
That's awesome.
So when I found this, I started diving in deep. So there is a humorist called Gillette Burgess who wrote this book called Are You a Bromide? You know what a bromide is?
No.
Let me share. Like,
Oh my
this is a
God.
huge rabbit hole here. So a bromide is a trite or unoriginal idea intended to soothe or placate someone.
Okay.
So it's a feel-good statement, but it really means nothing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a bromide. And in his book, he had a fake review. And the fake review was part of the I Laughed, I Cried. Well, the fake name of the fake reviewer was Miss Belinda Blurb. Have you
Who's
ever
that?
heard? It's fake, but her last name's Blurb. Have you ever heard, like, write me up a blurb, or I read this blurb?
No way.
Yeah. So this
That's
one
crazy.
book has all this stuff in it. Like, who knew? 1906.
What in the world? That's insane.
So the fake review of his own book that he wrote, with the I Laughed, I Cried,
Yeah.
was written by, you know, a fake Miss Belinda Blurb, and now from that we call these things blurbs. Did you
That
read
is
the blurb
insane.
about this? Did you read the blurb about that? Yeah. Being a book lover, I thought you'd appreciate the
That's so
origin of the
cool.
word blurb.
That is so interesting. Oh my God.
Yes, the humorist was Gillette Burgess, and he wrote other books as well. And he passed away in 1951. I don't know when he was born. I can't remember that much. Too much to ask of me.
That's crazy.
So that was for you.
That is wild. That is truly wild. You know, this is called me not doing my research, but it's actually on brand.
Okay.
And you'll understand why.
Okay.
So I say this all the time because I was taking it as like, oh, like phrases we say all the time that are from movies that, like, for me, like half people around me have no idea what I'm saying. So they're just like.
That's what I meant.
Okay.
That's exactly what I meant. Perfect.
Okay, perfect.
Yes. You were right on target. You were right on task.
Okay. So I say the shall we play a game all the time. It's from a different movie, but Natasha Romanoff references it in one of the Avengers movies to Captain America because she's like logging into something. She's like hacking and she's like, shall we play a game? And then she looks at Steve and goes, it's from, you know, whatever. And he goes, I got it. Because, you know, he made like a list of movies that he has to catch up on. And so I don't know what the original movie she's actually quoting in the movie is.
War Games.
I knew you would know that. But I quote it all the time, and people must think I'm quoting that movie, but
Right.
I'm not.
Yeah. Perfect.
That's
You did it. You understood the assignment. Perfect. Okay. This one is really not on topic, but I
Okay.
had to bring it up because I always have to bring this one up. You're killing me, Smalls.
I wrote that down. I knew you were going to say it.
And when I was reading, doing the research for the show, of course, hanging out in Reddit, and I was reading all that stuff. But this is what I liked about what this person had to write. So, "You're killing me, Smalls" has become a common phrase. People use it all the time and have no idea that it's from a movie, The Sandlot, and that Smalls is someone's last name. So people say it, and I think I've said this on the show before. A friend of
Yes.
mine said it to me, and I'm like, "Have you seen the movie?" She's like, "No," and I said, "Then you're not allowed to say it. Go away." Because, but someone followed up with, he goes, "Yeah, but what you do is after someone says it,
Yeah.
you repeat back to them forever. And if they don't get it, you know they never saw the movie." It's like,
There you go.
yes, I like that. Yeah, I still can't believe people say that and have no idea. What
People wear shirts that say that and have no idea. That's like people who wear like band shirts and can't name one single song.
True.
And like I hate to be that person, but I totally am that person who's like, "Oh, you like Led Zeppelin? Name a Led Zeppelin song." Because they're wearing a Led Zeppelin t-shirt and they're like, I just thought it was cute. And I'm like, sorry, I'm too like obsessed with everything to be subtle about any of my
Right.
interests. So like, what are you doing?
Do you know it's a band?
Yeah, no, they paid like $40 for it at Urban Outfitters. Like that's the thing. Like the Rolling Stones, what's the other one? Sublime, Aerosmith, like all those classic bands,
Jeez.
and they have no idea even one song.
Yeah, that's not right.
No. Okay, I say this all the time when talking about children. And it's not really like that popular, I don't think. It's just something that the character calls children. And so I stole it because I am literally just pieces of things that I love and things I've stolen from people along the years. So that's my excuse. But Arizona Robbins in Grey's Anatomy calls kids tiny humans. And I say it all the time. That's how I refer to children.
Nice.
Because it's so true. Because, like, I don't know, I feel so weird using, like, kids. Because when I was a kid, I hated being called a kid.
Yeah.
And if you call me an adult right now, like, I will have a panic attack. So, like, I'm a bigger human than the tiny humans. And that works.
Nice. Spam. You know how we call junk email spam?
Yeah.
It originated from a Monty Python skit.
Interesting.
So I'm so proud of myself for doing the research. I
This is
normally do not
crazy,
do so
yeah.
much research. So, and I'd heard this before, but I wanted to make sure it was true.
Mm-hmm.
So Monty Python, which was around in the early 70s and longer,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of these actors or the Monty Python crew grew up during the period of England after World War II where they were still rationing and they were still getting agriculture back together. So if you don't know what spam is,
Yeah.
it's just this pressed meat. And it was like, here you go. So the skit is this couple coming in to order a meal and they're like, what would you like? It's like, well, we have eggs and spam and bacon and spam, or we have like eggs and sausage and spam, or we have spam and spam, or we have spam and spam and spam. It's like, do you have anything without spam? And then these Vikings will sing spam, 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 spam. So literally the people who came up with the spam term for the emails took it from that.
That's so funny.
So,
that is awesome.
so next time you mention spam mail, think of Monty Python.
All right.
We actually do, side note, there's the Ministry of Silly Walks on, you know about this from Monty Python? Okay. Ministry of Silly Walks, where they all do silly walks. We will actually do that as a swim drill sometimes.
That's so cool.
Somebody walks down to the other end of the pool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I don't know much about Monty Python, if I'm being honest.
Have you ever seen any of their movies or anything?
I don't think so. I'm writing it down.
No, I'm just trying to think which one would I recommend. I think I would recommend Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
See, I've heard that. Have I? I don't know.
But that's where I would start if you haven't seen anything.
Okay.
Only because it's like King Arthur. So at least you have an idea of what's going on. You know King Arthur at all?
Nope.
Oh my gosh. I could have a whole show on King Arthur. I've seen Excalibur. I've seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Okay, that's it. No, I'm just joking. I've been to where he's supposedly buried, and I'm going there again this year in Glastonbury in England.
Snazzy.
All right, so what do you have?
So basically the entirety of this Hawkeye episode I can do, but specifically when Yelena breaks into Kate Bishop's apartment and she makes herself mac and cheese. Have you seen it?
I've seen it, but I don't remember the scene. No.
Oh my God! You if you see it, you'll be like, oh yeah. She makes herself mac and cheese because she's trying to kill Hawkeye. Yelena is, and Kate is like, no, you can't kill him. Blah, 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 blah. Like boring. Sorry, I do like Hawkeye, but I'm like his number one hater. But I have a soft spot for him. But also,
it's Hawkeye.
Yeah, but also I have major beef with this man, as I do with all men. So anyway, she's making mac and cheese, and she goes to get forks, and she's like, Kate Bishop, you have one fork. This is not cutlery. I can't do her accent. And then she's like talking, whatever, and she's like, and Kate's like, well, I'm one person. And she's like, no. And so then she's talking about like, it's her first time in New York, and where should she go? And then she says something, and she goes, what? This is crazy. And I say that all the time. I say it all the time. In no context. I'll just silence.
And then everyone's like, huh?
Kate Bishop, this is crazy. And they're like, what accent are you trying to do? Because you're not doing it. Like, I know.
Doesn't matter. Does not matter.
No. Not at all.
Okay. Googled. First appeared on screen in an episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You know, like I Googled something.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, I got your that was funny. You went from, I understand. Yeah.
I was confused.
So Google has been around since the late 90s.
Right.
And I'm sure people were saying it.
Yeah.
You know.
Like a verb.
Yeah. But the first time it was ever used as a verb on screen was when Willow, love Willow, the actress, you follow her, who played Willow. Red hair. Sorry, they all have red hair. Oh my God.
Allison Hannigan?
Yeah, Allison Hannigan.
She's
Yeah.
on Dancing with the Stars. Yes.
So that's Willow from Buffy.
Love her.
She was the smart one. So she was like, oh, I'm going to Google whatever.
Nice.
So yeah, it was one of the very first times. It was in 2002, and it's the first time it was ever set on screen.
That's crazy.
So basically, like it, and then a lot of the stuff when I was doing research, and I don't have all of these sayings like all started online, or I mean they didn't necessarily start online, but seeing it in a show or a movie is what launched it.
Right.
Yeah. So it was Buffy that launched Googling
Would have never
as a verb.
guessed that. That's crazy. I also say this one all the time.
You know, before you say that,
You're so right.
do you want
We need to take a break.
Do you want the honors? Just
Sure.
You're on camera.
What? Oh, God.
No, just the whole you are.
Oh, you are listening to Streaming Verse with Chris, Nina, and our board master Caroline here on 88.3 FM Harper Radio.
Okay.
Sorry. Wait, did you want me to do the station ID?
Yes.
Oh my God. What am I doing? You are listening to
W. I'm going to try to coach you. W.
WHCM 88.3 FM Harper Palatine. I always forget Palatine, Illinois, a broadcast station of Harper College and its Board of Trustees.
Yes.
Good God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
That was fun.
That was
for
terrible.
me.
Yeah.
All right. Volunteer at Frontier Days. Looking for fun and a meaningful way to give back this summer? Come volunteer at Frontier Days, Arlington Heights' biggest community celebration. Oh. No. Oh, no. July 2nd through July 6th. I was thinking it was over when I saw July 2nd. I was like,
No.
There's still time. Like, if you're like, I don't know what to do over the weekend. I don't like fireworks. Go there.
Yeah.
Go volunteer. Through July 6th at Recreation Park. Help with food booths, games, concerts, and the 4th of July parade, or set up and clean up. Whether you've got an hour or a whole day, there's a spot for you. Volunteers of all ages, teens to seniors, are welcome. Sign up today at frontierdays.org/volunteer and be part of the legendary Red Shirt Crew. Oh, that's funny.
Is that Rolling Meadows?
Arlington Heights.
Oh, Arlington Heights. Also, if you're bored, tomorrow morning / afternoon, depending on what time you normally wake up, there is a, I almost said a pride parade. Wow. I'm really sad.
Pride is over. We no longer have pride.
Right. Gay people no longer exist, everyone. I'm merely a ghost. There's a 4th of July parade in Rolling Meadows.
Yes, there is. And we will be taking part in it. Some of us.
Oh, really?
None of us here.
I'll be
Oh,
there.
you'll be there?
Not with the
Not with
station.
the station, yeah, but the station will be there as well.
All right.
So look for our wagon.
Yeah, and try and spot me. Not with Harper. Sorry, guys. Did you know that Harper has a new program for the 2025-2026 academic year? The Infinity Initiative for Neurodiverse Students, formerly known as the TAP and ACES programs, is designed to support neurodivergent students as they God, my voice just gave out. As they transition from high school to college and work towards a degree or certificate at Harper College. The application deadline for the fall 2025 cohort is July 18th, 2025, so it's coming up. For more information, go to harpercollege.edu/ads under the New Students tab. That was
Nice.
really difficult.
Was hard.
That was so hard.
And just a reminder, the thoughts and ideas presented on this show are our own and not necessarily reflective of the opinions of Harper College, WHCM, or its Board of Trustees, the Harper College Board of Trustees. And this is Streaming Verse with Nina and Chris, and we're going to go back into... What?
I was nodding and I smacked my nose on it on the microphone.
That
and
loud
it
noise on the
bounced
mic was
My
Nina's
bad.
nose. We're going to dive back into quotes, and I have another fun one.
back. Do it.
I found these crazy things. I'm really
This is
kind of
insane.
proud of myself. So, in Pulp Fiction,
Okay.
there is a line that I cannot say completely.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to use the word bum. I hope
Okay.
everyone knows what bum means, or bottom, okay?
Yes.
All right. So the quote in the movie is, I am going to get medieval on your bum. So that came from that movie, Pulp Fiction. But here is the fascinating part. When it was translated into Polish,
Oh.
the person doing the translating for the movie didn't know how to say it. So the lady who was translating Pulp Fiction could not find a suitable replacement for it. So she coined the phrase, something in Polish I'm not even going to attempt per se, which means more or less translates into, I am going to turn your bum into the autumn of the Middle Ages. And it has now become a huge quote in Poland.
Wait, I have to ask Susanna about this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to turn your bum into the autumn of the Middle Ages.
That is
and it is now a
hilarious.
huge quote. And it's because that's how she translated the other quote from Pulp Fiction. I just thought that was awesome.
That is so awesome. I'm going to ask Susanna how to translate it first and see what she comes up with.
Okay, you want me to send you the picture?
Yes,
okay,
please.
I'll send
And
it to
then
you.
I'll let you know what she comes up with. Well, actually, we won't know because she'd be speaking in Polish.
But she can know whether or not
Yeah, she-
that's a
yeah.
saying she's heard of, too. Like, has anyone said that?
True. Because she's not a movie person, so that would be really interesting.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. Okay. I say this a lot when people make me mad. I say dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow, which is from Mulan.
I was going to say, I've heard that before.
Yeah. Because I've probably said it. And real quick, another one that I say all the time is I forgot my pencil, which is from Breakfast Club when he falls through the ceiling after breaking out of the
that's
princess. He's like,
right.
I forgot my pencil. And I say that all the time because I think it's hilarious. I don't know why.
Be afraid. Be very afraid. The Fly, the 1986 movie The Fly, and Mel Brooks came up with it. It was when the
Oh.
guy who was turning from a human to a fly,
I don't.
and about the transformation. Well, that's not the point. I'm just trying to explain how
okay.
scary it was, and that you needed to be afraid. Be
Right.
very afraid.
I love that they have to say that too.
What, to be very afraid?
Yeah. Like you can't just be afraid.
No, not just afraid. Be
You have to be
very,
very
afraid.
afraid.
Yeah, and Mel Brooks came up with that, which was kind of cool too.
That's
Learning
awesome. That's awesome. Whenever I'm sitting at a table, like my family doesn't do grace or anything like that, but whenever I'm sitting at a table or like I hear someone talking about Grace or something, I go, Grace, she passed away 30 years ago from Christmas Vacation. The old lady, the grandma. And then she stands up and does the Pledge of Allegiance. And, yeah,
Nice.
I say that a lot.
You have some great ones. I like these.
My list is very long.
Yeah, mine's getting shorter here. Of course, so is our time. So,
yeah,
you know.
I can speed run, don't worry.
You're toast. Calling someone toast like you're toast.
Oh, yeah.
Ghostbusters. Bill Murray said
Really?
it. Yeah.
Interesting.
What's weird is to think that in my lifetime, because hearing your toast means nothing to me. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
I've heard this a million times.
Right.
But I never realized that was the first time I heard it.
That's so crazy. Like, you lived in a world where
It
your toast didn't exist.
Yes.
Like, that's so crazy.
Yeah, and it's because, of course, I know you know, but they were toasting the marshmallow.
Yeah.
Like I said, I know you know, but other people might not know Ghostbusters. Like 3 people who are going to listen to this in 20 years. So, because I'm sure these 6 people who are watching right now. Oh, it dropped to 5 while I said that. I lost us some audience. Knew what it was.
Chris.
That's all my fault.
Way to go. Oh, my God. Okay, 2 from Friends. There's a lot from Friends.
One for friends.
Actually 3, I lied. You fell asleep? When Ross made Rachel made Ross read the 3-page front and back letter, terms to get back together.
Oh, yeah.
And she got really mad that he fell asleep. I do that anytime ever someone falls asleep in my premise. Or someone's like, sorry, I fell asleep. I'm like, you fell asleep? The point is moo. Or it's a moo point, because Joey's like, it's a moo point because cows don't care. I just think it's awesome.
I don't remember that.
You don't?
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's classic Joey. And my favorite is the pivot. Yeah.
I have another Friends one.
Okay.
Friend zone comes from
No
Friends.
way.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah, way. When you've been friend zoned, that was originally said. Now, again, someone could have been using it sooner, but it wasn't on the screen
Right.
until they said it.
That's so crazy. I was going to make a joke about my brother. but I figured just saying that would make the joke better than anything I could think of. Wow. What?
Yeah, no, I'm just like, yeah, it's amazing.
That's
Funny.
crazy. Okay. When I taught dance, I used to obviously take attendance, and when they would not say a word, I would just go Bueller, 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 like every teacher ever does, from Ferris Bueller, but I felt really cool doing it. And they had no idea what I was talking about because they were like 8. Another 2 that I say a lot is on your left, from Avengers.
Oh, okay.
But I really don't know my right from my left very well, so I'm probably 50% of the time on their right. But it works. And also language, which is Steve Roth. They're in the middle of like a fight. Hawkeye is like dying. and Tony says a bad word and Steve is like, language.
What's the on the left? I remember hearing about this for some reason recently. What's the on your left thing?
So Sam Wilson, aka the Falcon, aka now Captain America, he's running by like
Yes.
the thing in Washington. I don't know. I don't care. And Captain America is like doing laps around him.
Okay.
And he goes, on your left. And he's like, if you say that one more time, because he's getting mad because he's not as fast as a super soldier.
Gotcha. Okay. I think I have one more. This was just another one that I found. I'm walking here,
Oh, yeah.
which everyone kind of thinks of as a New York City thing for people to
Yeah.
say and blah, 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 was from Midnight Cowboy. And it was ad-libbed. Dustin Hoffman said it, like, because he was literally crossing the street and, was it Al Pacino? I think it was Dustin Hoffman, right? Midnight Cowboy? Oh, come
I'll
on.
look it up.
Okay. And anyway, because they were filming and a car turned, so he smacks the hood of the car, taxi, says, I'm walking here. And it stayed in the movie.
That's so awesome.
They were in like hot pursuit battle with each other movie wise. So I think I was 100% sure it was Dustin Hoffman.
You are correct.
Yes. Okay. But then all of a sudden I'm talking, I'm like, was it Al Pacino? Because at the time they looked very similar. They were going, like, that's how they would get one or the other to go for the role. Like for The Godfather, they were asking Al Pacino. He's like, no. And they're like, well, we could ask Dustin Hoffman. He's like, I'll do it. Because they were in competition with each other.
Interesting. Okay, there's one thing I can say in a British accent.
Okay.
And it is because of Peggy Carter. Because she says it all the time in Agent Carter in this series. And so I say this all the time out of nowhere, but it's someone's name, so it's like, I'm just like, Mr. Jarvis, because she says it all the time because she's talking to Jarvis, not the computer system, but like his butler at the time. And I fear I say it all the time. And I never shut up. Like, Mr. Jarvis. And it really annoys people. And I enjoy it. What?
Nick just texted me.
Nick?
He is listening to the show.
Hi, Nick.
He has some little input for us. So there was a delay. So yes, it was Dustin Hoffman. Hoffman's character in that movie is where the Muppet Rizzo the Rat gets his name. I did not know that.
Oh, my God.
That's amazing. And I love Rizzo the Rat.
I know you do.
I do.
That's so awesome. Oh, my God.
So I have a song. And yeah, I'm going to sing a song. No, I'm going to sing like
Oh my God.
a couple of notes from a song.
Oh, my God.
Because I'm going to see if you can guess what it is, and
Okay.
then it's going to be our positive thought of the day, okay?
Okay.
But you cannot put on our theme song until I sing, because they won't go together. All right, I want to know if I do this, and if you don't get it, it's all going to be my voice and my singing.
I got it.
Okay, if I just sing this part, do you know what this is from? La la la, ha ha ha.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Do you know what it is, Caroline? Okay, want a hint?
Yes.
Taylor.
Yes. Oh my God.
La la la.
Ha ha ha. Monologue song.
Yes.
From SNL.
I have been listening to the monologue song this week, and I
So
found
good.
that I cannot say monologue correctly so that
Killed it.
my understands what it is, but I can sing, "This is my monologue song." I can say that just fine. Anyway, do something silly that makes you happy. To me
Yeah.
this week, it was listening to the monologue song and just her little things like that she does in that song. The fact that she wrote that herself is
Yeah.
so amazing.
It's awesome.
And you can get that on Spotify. The monologue song is on Spotify. But
is.
whatever it is that makes you happy, if it's listening to the theme of the Brady Bunch, do it.
Yeah.
Because anything that brings you joy. That is
Period.
my positive thought for the day. Thank
Love
you
it.
for listening to Streaming Verse here on WHCM with Nina and Chris. Always listen to us on Thursdays and Mondays at 7 p.m. Caroline is here as well, the board master over there doing her thing. And keep it tuned to WHCM. Up next, it is Mixtape with Andy.